Peace, love, and light. Welcome back to another segment of Cashflow Checkz. I am the host and the ghost that be doing the most, King Professor Payne L. And you're now tuned in to another exclusive. You should have did it. She should have did it. Can you do it? The camera's over there. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? Alright. So, we're going to caveat pretty much off of our last video that we just did about the Eventbrite event from Mainspring Genesis 2020. Alright. But we want to stop, take a break, and actually talk about legacy. We don't know how long this video is going to be, so you've been forewarned. You received notice. But I don't want to make it too long. Hopefully, we can squeeze everything in a few minutes. Alright. So, we don't want to make it too. It's 4 things, the 4 W's, yet again, on pretty much what a legacy is, what it entails. I know a lot of people inside of my social media probably see me posting these things through my 5K 30-day challenge. I've been doing it, pretty consistently. Today's day 23, so but it's done now, so it's in the book. So I'm going on to 24, trying to stay up and active and just give you guys what I'm, growing into over here. So just comprehending legacy. So I'm gonna give my beautiful queen the floor so she can actually go ahead and introduce number 1 and 2, and I'll do 3 and 4 just because it is what it is and we like to do shares.
Alright, so for the event that you'll be attending, I will be there.
Clearly. I hope so. You better be.
He wants to get big.
Just kidding. Well, go ahead.
So obviously, yes, we're going to be talking about legacy. We know some people have been excited about what it is that they can expect when they come to our seminar, and so we just wanted to clear it up because some people really don't know. They just know that it's something good and it's something to be excited about, which is cool because at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to explain it to you anyway if you don't know.
Makes sense.
So, with that being said, there are several elements, but we're going to talk to you today about 4 elements that are going to be associated with your legacy and whether or not you have one and establishing one and what that looks like to create one. So, first thing we're going to hit on is family. When you are creating a legacy, obviously you want a team of people around that you trust. And we're not talking about family as in just like, mom, dad, sister, brother, right, cousins. We're talking about people that you care about, people who care about you,
friends,
people
family,
who have
colleagues,
exactly
like-minded individuals that you do hang around with already. So
people who have your best interests at heart, people that you care about. They don't have to be people that you communicate with on a regular basis. Just people who are like-minded, who kind of have the same intention in mind as the
frequency.
Exactly.
Vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Vibes matter.
So with that being said, consider that you want to have your circle. And once you have your circle, you want to identify the people in your circle. And I don't mean as far as, what's your name? Obviously, they're your family. They're people that you call your family. You know who they are. But as far as identifying, what are they good at? What's their profession? How can they pour back into the estate? Which is something that he's going to explain to you here.
Number 3, but
he's going to explain that to you here.
Stay tuned.
With that being said, you want to know what it is that these people that you're dealing with in your family are good at. So that's where the business part rolls in. That's number 2. So number 1, you've got family. Number 2, you've got business. So you've got your team, then you've got your implementation of what you need your teammates to do, right?
Yeah.
So with your team, you need to know what everybody is good at. And so if you know what everyone is good at, you can outsource them, right, to people who are asking you questions about things that are happening that they need to be handled, right? So say, for instance, you've got your family set up. You've got somebody that you know that is a carpenter. Maybe you know an attorney. Maybe you know someone who is great with healing, paralegal, right? So when you start getting those phone calls, what you want to be thinking of is, how can I implement someone in my family to provide this service for someone else? Okay, and here's why you want to be thinking about that. Earlier, my husband and I were watching. My king and I were. we were watching something. I don't know. It wasn't very long
The
because he
Richest
doesn't
Man in
watch TV.
Babylon? Oh.
We were not watching that. That's what
Okay.
we were reading.
We were reading.
Anyway,
The
what
Richest Man in
happened
Babylon.
was he was tired of the movie because I always fall asleep on it. I don't even remember what it was called. But anyway, so we ended up reading some more of The Richest Man in Babylon, and
Great book.
it is. It's very. Anyway, we won't get into that right now. We don't want the segment to be too long. It is a great book though. So, but one of the points that he brought up was keep 10% of everything that you make, and watch your money grow, and then make that money work for you, right? So consider this: you got your team. You know what everybody's good at. You've already started outsourcing their service, so you guys are getting money. And if all you guys are putting away 10% to meet the same goal, imagine how much faster you guys are going to accomplish that, you know? So there's one. You've got your family and you got your business. Identify who you trust. Establish what it is that they are going to be doing to pour back into your estate. So with that being said, he's going to roll into number 3 and talk to you about estate.
Expeditiously. All right, so I'll see if I can, chop it up and make sure it's nice and non-lengthy. All right, so number 3 is going to be the estate. Making sure that you comprehend when you do have an estate. Since birth, if you've ever inherited any type of asset whatsoever, jewelry, clothing, cars, homes, anything. I don't know if I just said 2 synonyms, but either way it goes. If you inherit anything into your life, you have collateral. You have an estate somewhere. A lot of people are unaware of the 40% death tax that is imposed upon the estates once someone does pass away. So you need to have everything that you don't want to be usurped out of your name. You need to be able to put it in trust.
Please talk to them about tax mitigation just for a second, because I don't think that people understand. They don't. If I come to your house and I tell you, I like this plate of food that you made, give me 30% of it, and I didn't help you cook it, I'm not one of your children, you're not entitled to give me anything. So consider that when you're working hard, doing everything that you're doing to create this legacy for your family, that somebody else is just deciding that they're going to dip their hand in. So he's going to talk to you just for a second about tax mitigation.
So tax mitigation is pretty much just staying out of the public. You don't want to associate yourself or amalgamate yourself with any type of public entity, taking privileges and benefits from anybody else outside of your own home. You want to be the breadwinner of your home. You want to be the person who's up front and doing things for your own family, for your family business, because your family is your business. So tax mitigation is a big part. As long as you don't commingle the two, the only thing that's taxed are benefits and privileges. So if you're getting taxed, that you're receiving some type of benefit or privilege. So in order to mitigate the taxes, you need to create closed transactions. Now, it's open transaction, correct?
For tax mitigation?
Tax mitigation.
The transactions, you know what? I don't want to lie.
It's going to be open transaction. I'm going to say that for the record unequivocally, and I'm going to go ahead and get the dictionary. I'm going to pause for the cause just to make sure that I'm accurate.
Pause it for the cause. Now you talk to me.
I can't stop. And I'm back, and yep, I checked it. Everything checks out. It's an open transaction. So any type of transaction that you get from another entity is going to be considered a closed transaction to where it can actually be taxed. An open transaction pretty much is foreign, not domestic, okay? And it's outside of the hands of someone who does want to tax you. So you don't want people to actually be able to come into your home, take everything that it is that you say that you have because you've been receiving those privileges and benefits. Stop usurping, government. I'm not going to say just, I know people depend on it. We're in a welfare state. That's the actual definition. You should look it up right now due to, Eisenhower, other people that left this for us. But it's not up to us to, deal with what they left behind. It's to create new and to know better and do better. So once you create your estate, once you realize that you have an estate, create it, secure it, and make sure it's collateralized. And that's pretty much the fourth one, which is asset protection. Making sure that everything that you have, you put a lien on it. Lean on me, okay, is what they have people were seeing it. But really and truly, it's how creditors attach to you to actually establish that you owe some type of, obligation to them. So the less liens, less the liabilities, okay? The only lien that you should have is the one that's first in time, first in line, is your priority lien, which is the Uniform Commercial 1 and 3, putting an attachment on your collateral to make sure that you can actually underwrite it. And that simply is, all you're doing is giving notice to the public that you own the collateral that you're saying that you own within those instruments, because there's state and national. You just have to look it up and you'll be able to find if you need help. Hit me up in the comments, hit me up my email, and I'll try to work expeditiously with you on that process. Because I have a lot of friends and colleagues who, you know, are like-minded individuals as well, and we endeavor in these things. So, but we want to be able to give you guys brief snippets of what it actually takes to actually build your legacy. Make sure it's fine-tuned. You have asset protection, because there's nothing worse than actually working every single day of your life, even if you do have a business, for something that's not going to be there when you pass away. Not even for your kids, not for your your grandparents, your mom, dad, brother, sister, whomever. You know, they're just leaving the world empty-handed. And that's pretty much what they want you to do, but we're not those people, so we're not they.
And we're gonna make sure you know better.
Exactly, so you do better, and we're gonna hold you accountable, because that's why you're here. We're responsible fiduciaries, all right, and we're executrices. But whatever, I don't want to digress too far. We don't make this too long. We just hit pretty much the 10-minute mark, so hopefully everything's squared away, good to go. And we see you guys at the Mainspring Genesis 2020 North Houston. Stay ready. Shout out to all my friends, colleagues who've been following me along this 5K 30-day challenge. We've got 1 week left, and it's going to be amazing. See you guys at the finish line. Namaste.
Namaste. And for those of you who don't know you are loved, you are loved.
Peace, love, and light. Yay! Can you hit it?